If you are a fan of softball, then you are going to love the Fastpitch TV show. We're bringing you more interviews, more videos, and more product reviews than anyone else on the planet. Sit back and get ready. Here's the Fastpitch TV show.
Hello and welcome to another episode of the Fastpitch TV show. Now, if you found our show on Facebook, YouTube, or any other video sharing site, please check out our website, Fastpitch.tv. It's the place to find all of our past episodes and the place to keep up with our future episodes too. I'd also like to thank our sponsor, Softball Junk. Please visit their website at softballjunk.com. Now, I've been bringing you clinics from Softball Con. That was that great conference in Louisville, Kentucky. Go to their website and check it out, softballcon.net. Now, this week, I'm bringing you the last and final segment from Alissa Haber's clinic. If you've not seen any of the other segments of this clinic, I tell you, you may want to go to episode 153 and start with the first segment from her clinic. Okay, now her clinic was titled How I Learned How to Hit 400, and this segment of the clinic is the end, like I said, and it's on mental factors. So let's go to that clinic right after a word from our sponsor.
Do you need a softball bat? Do you want to save $30? SoftballJunk.com is offering an additional $30 discount off the price of all non-sale softball bats on their website. That's right, $30. So the next time you buy a bat, go to SoftballJunk.com and enter the code FPTV30 during checkout. And wham! You just put a cool $30 in your pocket.
10 minutes or so we're just going to go over the mental factors here. And this is equally as important, okay? Equally, if not even more. So these are just some things that have worked for me that I find to really help from a mental standpoint because, gosh, I wish I would have looked this up. Yogi Berra quote, 90% of the game is half mental. You guys ever heard that one before? Yeah? It's a good one. It's probably one of my favorites I ever written up on my wall. But it's, I mean, in a way, that's true in the Yogi Berra sense of the word. If you're not in a good headspace when you're going in to swing the bat, it doesn't even matter how good you are physically. The odds are against you already if you're not in a good headspace mentally. So, and for me, this is really important to consistent hitting, is that my swing might have been fine. I mean, I've been through slumps. We've all been through slumps. And there might not have been anything physically wrong because I was going in with the wrong mindset and the wrong attitude. I've already defeated myself. And so these are some good strategies for being in the right headspace as a hitter. So relaxation, number one. Softball is a game of relaxed skills. I mean, you can ask Ms. Dalton back there. It's the same thing with pitching. It's you have to be, like I said, body awareness. You have to know what your body's doing and you have to be relaxed. Like I said with this little drill that we did, same thing. When you're relaxed, you do well. If you're relaxed mentally, you're going to do well. And there are a couple ways you can do this. I put controlled breathing patterns on there. Another thing that really works is routines, guys. And this is another way to really personalize your own swing and your own hitting experience. So routines. So everyone has a different routine, right? Like Ichiro, right? He does that. Or the Barry Bonds bat wave. Or, you see some hitters, they'll dig in, right? And they'll look somewhere on the field. They do it the same way every single time. I'm the same way. You guys probably have your own routines you don't even think of. Like some hitters will make the sign of the cross, or they'll look up. Like Nick Swisher always looks up before as he gets in the box. What these routines do is it puts you in a sense of familiarity. You're familiar with your routine. It makes you feel comfortable. You'll find that your breathing is a lot more controlled. You'll find that you feel a lot more at ease. And if you make these, rituals, as I call them, if you make them habit, then it doesn't matter whether you're, it's just some at bat in a game you're winning 10-0, or if it's you have the game-winning run on third base and there's 2 outs and you have to get that hit. It freaks you out, right? I know. But one way to help you kind of control yourself and find that sense of familiarity is to develop a routine. So if you guys aren't aware of a routine, if you have one, I would say develop one. Figure it out. What do you want to do? It's a way to kind of put your own little flair on things, your own little signature, right? And it works to help as well. Okay, so relaxation is important. Positive self-talk. This is another good one. Visualization, number 1 on that list. I was told about visualization when I first got to college. And it was essentially like, just imagine yourself getting the hit and you'll get it. And I was like, okay, sure. Like psychobabble, mumbo jumbo, I don't know, sure. I can imagine myself getting a hit. And then fortunately, I got to meet a guy who was a talent scout with the major leagues. And he talked to me about visualization. And he was like, oh, do you know about visualization? And I said, oh, yeah, sure. He's like, no, really, do you know? Do you understand? He looked up and he looked me straight in the eye, like I'm doing with you right now. What's your favorite pitch? I'm like, it's like, no, what's the ideal hit look like? I was like, oh, okay, I don't know, like, it's an outside rise ball. Where'd you hit it? I hit it to left center. Well, what did it feel like? But what did it really feel like? And that's the level that you have to take it to. It sounds weird and strange, but for me, I'll go through right now. My perfect pitch and hit, my perfect pitch, don't tell any of the pitchers in the pro league, by the way, but they probably already know it. But my favorite pitch to hit is an outside rise ball, right? I hit it solid, I hit a line drive to the left center gap, and I hit a double. You know, and you guys know what that feels like. You know what a good hit feels like. You know what the pitch was, you know how it felt, you know how it felt when you're standing on second base, or you got a single on first base, and how good it felt, and how good you feel about yourself. And major league players do this all the time. You know when they step out of the box, and they put their bat here, and they'll like undo their gloves. You guys ever see that? They do it a ton. A lot of them are thinking about that perfect pitch or that perfect hit, because it puts them in a good headspace and makes them feel comfortable. It's kind of like the ritual, it makes you feel good. So if you're thinking about those things before you step in the box, and then when you do run into trouble, as long as you're making positive adjustments. So I put an example here, don't dip versus keep backside up, okay? So they're both the same adjustment, but if I'm coming from a positive space, if I'm saying don't do this, don't do that, I'm in a negative mindset. But if I'm thinking of what positively I could be doing instead, then it makes my brain feel a lot more comfortable. Some things you want to eliminate from your vocabulary as a hitter. I can't being the number one. Never say you can't, because that's you're be dead on arrival. I hope I'm going to do this. You need to be assertive, you need to be confident, and I have to. We can't put undue pressure on ourselves to get out of that slump or to get that hit. We have to be relaxed. We have to say, you know, I'm going to, I will. Okay, and those sorts of things are going to put you in a better mindset to hit. And on the same vein as number 4, it's an aggressive approach. Okay, one of my assistant coaches when I played on Team USA, he's like, what's your favorite pitch to hit? And I said, oh, I like rise balls, outside rise balls. He said, well, you know what you should say? You should say, I never met a pitch I didn't like. Right? And you should have that attitude as a hitter. You should always anticipate every single pitch is going to be a good pitch. Okay? Don't look for it. Don't say, ooh, I think this pitch is going to come and I think I'm going to swing at it. No, you step in that box and you're saying, that pitch, I don't care where it is, I'm going to hit it. I'm going to hit it hard. Okay? And so the last point there, you say yes, 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 no, or yes, 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 yes. If you go in with the mindset of yes, saying I'm going to swing, and then you hold up when it's a ball, that's a lot better than saying, ooh, I don't know, am I going to swing? Maybe. Oh, there it goes. Strike. Right? Now that being said, we want to make sure we always have a plan as hitters. We always want to make sure we have a plan. We want to know what our strengths are. We know what pitch we like to hit. We also want to assess that against the pitcher's strengths, maybe her tendencies, maybe what she's been throwing me, the past couple of bats, or maybe the last time I faced her. We want to make a good game plan. We want to know the situation. If we have a runner on second, you need to go opposite field, right? Situational hitting. We need to make sure we have all these things in our brain when we get ready to hit. So that way we feel comfortable because we know we have a plan. We're not just going in there blind, ooh, I hope, right? And then, like I said, slumps are going to happen. Slumps happen all the time. And these last couple points are really good ways to look at things mentally when you are in a slump. Just remember, first and foremost, softball is a game based on failure, right? I mean, like a great average is 400. That's an outstanding average. But that means that 6 times out of 10, I didn't get a hit. 6 times out of 10, that's more than half. So you have to remember that you're going to fail more than you succeed. And if you happen to fail a couple times in a row, that's what you're supposed to fail. It's all about what you do when you fail, what you learn from that, what you remember, and how you're going to fix it instead, how you're going to break it down, either mentally or physically, like I was showing on the tees, and how you're going to turn it around. As long as you take constructive evaluation and move it towards the positive, you're going to eventually get that hit. And on that same vein, you're in a slump and you feel like you hit that line drive so hard, but it was like right to the shortstop. You're like, God, I can't catch a break. Like the softball gods are against me. Those things shouldn't be negatives. Those should be positives, right? Hitting the ball consistently hard will eventually lead to hits. And on the same vein, you never know when you're going to get that little dying quail that just falls over the shortstop's head. And you're like, oh my God, I feel so good. Like it just feels so much better. You have to have the mindset that consistently hitting the ball hard leads to hits. Don't be concerned with the outcome, right? Be concerned with how the swing felt, feeling it, okay? And then these last couple things are things that worked for me. Go back to basics to get a good feeling. I already talked about this. Tease, 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 tease. Go on the tease. It's a controlled environment. You don't have to worry about the ball moving in space. You have to worry about picking it up visually. Break it down. Break down the swing into its basic components. Try and feel adjustments. Correct poor timing. Like I said earlier when I was talking about the stride. 75 to 80% of the time with any hitter, not just young hitters, I do it all the time. The first thing I think is my timing off? And the best way for you to adjust your, obviously live pitching is the best way for you to practice your timing, but it varies from pitcher to pitcher, right? I might have a different delivery as a pitcher than you might, right? And so the best way to time a pitcher in game is in the on-deck circle. I know a ton of hitters, myself included, when we step in the on-deck circle, we don't really take swings in the on-deck circle. Maybe like a couple to warm up or to get the back loose or whatever. What we're doing in the on-deck circle is we're watching the pitcher, we're acting like we're in the batter's box, and we're just taking a step as they're pitching, like we're in the game and preparing ourselves for timing, because timing is key. Because no matter what, I could have the best swing in the world, but if I'm late, I'm not going to hit it, right? Or I'm going to hit it poorly. Seeing the ball, doing a lot of tracking exercises. So thinking opposite field during a slump usually helps me a lot. So if I think about taking the ball the other way, what I'm doing is I'm allowing the ball to travel. Because if I'm in a long slump, I want to get out of it so bad. I'm going to go out and I'm going to swing. I'm going to swing and be out on my front side. But if I let the ball get deep and I let it get into my power zone right here in the center of my body, and I take it opposite field, I'm going to have a better chance of hitting it, right? And another thing you can do for tracking, and this is another good way to practice timing, is, go to your pitcher's workouts. Go say, hey, can I just come to your workout and stand in? And you just stand there while she does her pitching workout, throws her pitches, you just stand there. You don't even really need a bat. You can hold a bat, you're not going to swing it, and you're just going to take a step, and you're going to get it to heel plant. And watch the pitches, and watch them all the way in, from the pitcher's hand all the way into the catcher's glove, so you can see the ball traveling, and getting your eye in a better state of mind, and your brain will feel a lot better too. Okay? And another thing that I didn't put on here is making opportunities happen. Okay? So there's the really popular adage, swing your way out of slumps. The best hitters just swing their way out of slumps. And that's true, but at the same time, you want to make things happen. You want to have to be versatile. When I was in college, from my sophomore to junior year, my batting average went up 100 points because I learned how to bunt effectively. And being able to bunt in situations where you might not be seeing a pitcher really well, but you look at those corners and they're at the base and they're on their heels, you're like, oh, this girl is not going to get a hit. She looked really bad the last at bat. Drop a bunt. You'll be on for it's a single, right? It's a great way to get on. It's a great way to contribute to your team's cause. Don't be afraid to be versatile and always hit ground balls. Always try to hit ground balls to put pressure on the defense to make plays, right? Ground balls lead to line drives, lead to home runs over the fence. And last but not least, trust your swing. I've completely inundated your brain with lots of facts and all this and that, but at the end of the day, when you're in the game, when you step in that box, all of these things are not on your mind. All these physical things, slot, hammer the nail, throw the frisbee, none of those matter anymore. It's just you and the pitcher, and you have to trust that you put in all the proper preparation, you have the mental factors lined up, you feel the physical adjustments, they're already in there, okay? And you just have to have faith in your own abilities as a hitter. And you guys have been playing softball for years now. As quickly as things go away, as quickly as you're like, oh my God, I don't know how to swing anymore, it left me, it can come back that quickly. You just have to have faith that it'll happen.
I hope you've enjoyed today's show. As I said, this finishes up the clinic with Alissa. I hope you've enjoyed watching her clinic as much as I did. I think next week we're going to start a new clinic. I'm not sure who with that yet. Now I want to tell everyone that has our iPhone app, if you're one of the thousands of people that downloaded our Fastpitch TV show app on your iPhone, you need to log into the Apple App Store on your iPhone and update the app. After you update the app, log into the app itself, go to the Extras tab in the right-hand side, top right-hand side, and click the tab that says Upgrade the Premium. Now, I think it costs about 95 cents to upgrade, but it's definitely worth it. Once you upgrade, make sure you say yes if you're asked to allow push notifications. This will allow us to like send you messages when a new show comes out, so you'll be able to keep up with us even better. Isn't that cool? It's really cool, I think. Now, if you don't have our app, just go to your phone's app store and search Softball and you'll find it, okay? Now, don't forget to check out our website at fastpitch.tv. Become a fan of the show on Facebook at facebook.com/fastpitchtv and follow us on Twitter at twitter.com/fastpitchtv. Make sure to check our Facebook page. We're trying to get to 10,000 fans, by the way. That's it for today's show. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.
This show is a member of the Fastpitch TV network.